Hi guys! Okay, so I'm back today. I wanted to do a current favorites video. Feel like these are kind of quick to do, and I wanted to share what I've been using for basically the past year. Most of the time my face stays the same, my eyes are usually the same. I'll just kind of switch out lipsticks. You know, sometimes I'll go a little heavier on the eyes, or I'll switch it up with the eyes, but for the most part, these are my basically like holy grail favorites, especially the face stuff, for like the past year since I've been gone for so long. I figured it was good to do like a favorites video of everything that I've been using. A lot of this stuff isn't new, it's just what I love. So we'll start with lipsticks. Okay, so my favorite brand that I've tried for liquid lipsticks is the Anastasia liquid lipsticks. And a lot of this stuff too is most of the stuff I wore in my last video in my Get Ready With Me, because that was kind of my everyday full coverage face. So I'm just going to kind of talk a little bit about those products. So my favorite brand so far that I found is the Anastasia liquid lipsticks. They are pretty drying. I always wear like a lip balm under them and they don't really bother me that much. But they are really drying if that's something that really bothers you. But I would definitely give them a try. Their lighter shades are much more drying than their darker shades, I find. But specifically, the one that I love the most is the shade Veronica. It's like a really nice 90s brownish nude, and it has like purple undertones. It's hard to explain if you haven't swatched it in person, because my swatch doesn't even really show it. It's a dupe for ColourPop's Stingray and Lime Crime's Teddy Bear, which I fell in love with, but the tube's like half this size for the same price, so so this right here, this is Veronica. So another just brand I like as a brand altogether is the Beauty Bakery brand. I think they were made kind of famous on Instagram. I don't remember exactly how I found them, but all their packaging is cupcakes and ice cream and just like sweets oriented, and they're just adorable. This is my favorite liquid lipstick by them. They're called the Lip Whips. So you know the cap is turquoise, and this part that says Beauty Bakery is rose gold, and then the glass bottle itself, it's like swirly and super cute. It reminds me of an ice cream cone. But this color is like a really perfect, looks a lot more nude that I'm seeing in the viewfinder, but it's a really perfect nude for people who don't want that like Pamela Anderson nude, but just like a darker nude. So I feel like this looks really good on everybody's skin tone. If you go over to their Instagram, they're constantly reposting customers' pictures wearing the shade, and I've seen this shade on so many skin tones and it looks so beautiful on all of them. It's really one of those shades that I think everybody can wear, which is awesome. Okay, so I have two drugstore liquid lipsticks. I don't use a lot of products from the drugstore just because in my day I've tried out a lot of stuff, and if it's not something that like blows me away, like I'm not going to continue to try it, you know. I'm going to stick with the stuff that I know works. But I did dip my toes in for the Milani liquid lipsticks. I'm late to the train on a lot of this stuff. These are both metallic. One is Madly in Love and the other is Dramatic Diva. Dramatic Diva is the pink one. I have them swatched right here. So Madly in Love and then Dramatic Diva. They're so pretty on the lips, and they're not as drying as the Anastasia. I don't know if it's because they're metallic. I haven't tried their regular matte lipsticks because I haven't really found a shade where I was like, oh, I don't have a shade like that. Let me grab this. You know, I don't need like 1,000 red lipsticks. I want them, but I don't need them. Okay, so next we'll do eye stuff, and these are actually both from the drugstore, and these are both holy grail, and I don't really use anything else. So we have my mascara, which is the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. Just the regular version, not the waterproof. Waterproof doesn't really agree with my eyes. I've tried a few different waterproof mascaras, and my eyes are just sensitive to them. I don't really feel like I need them. This will stay on all day on my lashes. It's very black, it's very thickening, and it's buildable. I have like 3 layers on right now, and this is one of those mascaras where people ask if I'm wearing lashes, but I'm not. It's just like 4 coats of this. So then same thing for the eyeliner. This is Holy Grail, and I don't really use anything else. It's the Maybelline Eye Studio. It's their gel liner. Groundbreaking, I know. But it's really black, and it's really smooth, and it's really matte on the eyes. I still love the L'Oreal Felt Tip liner, and that dried and it set down, but it still looked very, very wet, which is nice, but sometimes the end of the brush wasn't as thin as I wanted it to be for like the wing. So I actually got this because I was out of that L'Oreal one. They didn't have it at the store, so I picked this up just on a whim, and now it's like Holy Grail for me. Okay, 2 more things from the drugstore, and they're both from the same brand. This is the Flower Beauty eyeshadow brush. It's just called the EO1 brush. This I got just because I liked how it looked, actually, you know, with the black handle and then the rose gold. But this brush I use every single day. This is all I used on my eye today besides the highlight, and all I used is one shadow, which I'll show you in a minute. But it's one of those brushes, it's hard to compare it to anything else. I don't have any other brush like it. If I had to compare it, I would say it's similar to the MAC 217, but just wider. And just the way it works, I will just buff some color into the crease, and then I kind of spread it around with this brush to get different like shades of the same shadow. It's incredible. I almost want to buy like a backup of this because it's so good. So I probably will. And it's really inexpensive too. I think it was like $6 or $7. Now the last thing I have, I love it, but I don't love it for the price and the amount of product you get. So people, if you follow Casey Holmes, you've probably heard of this. It's the Flower Beauty translucent setting powder. I got my sticker off. So it's really comparable to the Laura Mercier translucent powder, which is also in this video because it's also a favorite for under my eyes. I've never ever used a powder that makes my under eyes look as good as this one does. And I was really late to the train on this. I've only had this for maybe like 4 months, but I use it literally every day. So I was like, let me slow my roll. Let me try to find a drugstore dupe, and that's when I came across this. I'm pretty sure in Casey's video. But the amount of product you get, if you were to take the same amount of product that comes in the Laura Mercier jar, it would take like 4 of these, and this would turn out to be more expensive, which is just, it's crazy. The packaging is really like nice and pretty, and you feel like you're getting like this big amount of product, but you're not. So let me open it. So you open it, and this is all the lid. All that is the lid. And then this is the actual pan for the product. Like this tiny little circle. It's not even full. You can take the sifter out. I don't know if you're supposed to or if it's just broken, but like it's just not a lot of product at all. But I will use it up because I do really like it, and I might repurchase it if like I'm out of the Laura Mercier and I can't get to a Sephora, or I don't feel like spending $40 at the time. I might repurchase it because it is really good, but that price point is really, really bad for drugstore, or the packaging is really bad, or they're both really bad, but the product itself is really nice. So if you're in a pinch and you want to spend $10 and get this much product versus spending $40 and getting this much product, then you know, that's really up to you. I'll probably get it again, I'm sure. Okay, so my favorite foundation for the past, it's had to have been like over a year. I wear this in the summer, I wear this in the winter, and I just love it. It's the MAC Studio, the Face and Body Foundation. I've got it in like a bunch of different colors. I just pulled these 3 because it comes in you know, the 120 ml size and then the 50 ml size. This is a really, really, really light foundation, which I'm a full coverage person, but I started realizing with the amount of powder and the bronzer and the blush and the highlight, I had so much powder on my face, I didn't need full coverage foundation underneath because I was getting coverage from concealer and all those other things. So I thought my son was awake. I had given this a shot, and it's so light coverage. It is like a tinted moisturizer with like one more little drop of pigment, and they come in a bunch of colors, and it's really, I don't really know how to explain it. My color goes in and out. I can get really dark in the summer and then get real milky in the winter, but I use so little of that if I'm in between shades with all the other crap I put on top of the foundation, you can make a shade work for you as long as it's in the area. What I do is I'll just squirt out a little bit on my hand, dot it on my face, and then buff it in with a foundation brush, which you would see in my Get Ready With Me that I posted. But I love the coverage, and I love the way my powders sit on top of it. Which is really important, because if the foundation is too thick underneath all that powder, you're just going to look completely cakey. So speaking of powder, besides the Laura Mercier one, I use the Laura Mercier under my eyes and in my T-zone and over top my mustache, you know. But then I use the Mineralized Skin Finish Natural on like the rest of my face. I just kind of pat in a little bit with a kabuki brush. I have always loved this powder. I've loved this powder since it was in like the domed container. I think I've had it in almost every single shade, whether using it for my face or for using it, you know, as a contour, as a bronzer shade. I've just never found a face powder that I love as much as this one. It keeps me matte, but it has like a satin finish, but it keeps my face just like completely set. You can use it light-handed, or you can use it with a denser brush and get more of a coverage from it. I don't have enough good things to say about it. And the packaging that they have now has you don't need to see that, has a mirror, which is really nice to just throw in your bag to like touch up, because I know with the old ones, they didn't have a mirror. You just kind of had a powder floating around. So 2 more face items. Just real quickly, the blush I use almost every single day is MAC's powder. A lot of this is MAC's powder blush in Spellbinder. It's just like the prettiest peach I've ever seen. It's what I have on today, because usually I'll be wearing like a loud lip, or I'll like have a lot on my eyes, a lot going on, like a big pop on my eyes. I don't need like a lot on my cheeks, so I pretty much reach for this every single day. Like a pinky peach. I think it came out with a collection. I think it's limited edition, but I mean, MAC has like 1,000 blushes like that are peachy toned. I'm pretty sure that there's dupes for this. And then my favorite highlighter right now is also from MAC. It's one of their Extra Dimension skin finishes. This one is in Double Gleam. It's what I have on right now. It looks really yellow in the pan, but all of these skin finishes, there's 4 right now, they look really like intimidating in the pan, but then they kind of shift on your face. It's hard to explain. You should look them up. They're really awesome. So this is Double Gleam. It's like the prettiest champagne, but it has like yellow undertones. It doesn't have pinky undertones. Oh. I gotta even things out, you know? Oh my god, that's so much. And they're really like intense. You should be doing this with a brush, with a brush, using the viewfinder as a mirror. Woo! Alright, so pretty. Alright, so let's see. Oh, I wanted to mention this too. Okay, so I used to just run a spoolie through my eyebrows and call it a day. But I have been filling them in because I have like naturally like full eyebrows. They can just get really straggly, so I kind of just like to shape them a little bit. And I've been using the Fluid Line Brow Gel Cream from MAC. This is in Deep Dark Brunette. It's just a dark brown. It's a really nice consistency. It's a really nice formula. I find that sometimes pencil looks too harsh and you can tell that it's pencil and it doesn't look natural. Some of the brow gels just look really crunchy on me. I don't know. But this is a really nice formula. It looks really natural, and to set them, I ran out of my Anastasia brow gel, which I really like. So lately I just been spraying a little hairspray on my spoolie brush and running them through, and that's how we do it. I grew up dancing. I did a lot of ballet and I did a lot of like performances, and that's literally how I would set my eyebrows. It's just I put a little hairspray on my fingers and just run them over my brows, and maybe a little on my face too. I don't know. Okay. So the last thing is the eyeshadow that I have on my eyes. Why are like all my videos like 16 minutes? People are going to be like, I don't want to watch this girl talk for 16 minutes. Maybe I'll edit it. I probably won't. But anyway, the one color that I have on my eyes, oh, and the highlight I have on is also Double Gleam. I popped that under my eyes too. But anyway, so the eyeshadow that I have all over my eyes, late to the train on this one too. It's MAC's Brown Script. It's this one. It's the most beautiful, smooth, like warm brown. There's 1,000 dupes for this. Makeup Geek has dupes. ColourPop has dupes. I think NYX has a dupe for it. It's just, I don't know why it took me so long. I think I was against like warm eyeshadows on myself for so long. I stuck to like really cool tones, and then I dipped my toes in, and now I'm just like warm, warm, warm. So, well, not so much on my lips. Lips, I still really like to keep it like cool toned for the most part. But this color, like, I don't know if it's because I have green eyes that it makes them pop, but that's why I can wear this by itself and I still feel like really put together. There's just something about this shade. It's one of those shades I will never be without now. And everybody should try it because I feel like it just warms up your whole face. I love it. Look at my hand, so pearly. Okay, so, oh, and in case anybody's wondering, these are little crochet dolls. They're Riff Raff and Magenta from Rocky Horror. These are also favorites. Beep. These ones are actually my kids. My mom got us each one. She found a woman on Etsy who makes these. So this one's my son's, this one's my daughter's, and hang on. And this one's mine. Okay. I know this is supposed to be a beauty video, but just a little peek into what it's like to be me. So I'm sorry that this was long. I told myself that it wasn't going to be more than 10 minutes. I told myself I wasn't going to stare at myself in the viewfinder the whole time, but alas, I did everything I wasn't going to. But anyway, thank you for sticking around and listening to me talk. He's waking up. It's good timing. Okay, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Hopefully it'll be in the next few days. Realistically, it might be like next week. It might be a Valentine's video. I don't really know. We'll see how I'm feeling. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!